ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, Shankara Bhasya. We are studying Upasamhara Bhasya. Just for a change, read the verse 66. Verse 66.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः.
Actually, Bhagavan Krishna has concluded the teaching. At this juncture, Bhashyakara concludes the entire commentary to ascertain and establish and point out that moksha can be gained only by Atma Jnana, neither by karma nor by together practice of jnana and karma. Even the plan that was given by the Purvapakshi to gain moksha without jnana, what is it? Ayatna Siddha Kaivalyam. By some suggestions to block the future birth by not allowing or not making available the karma phalas to give future birth. This plan cannot succeed. The most stumbling, he has pointed out many things which are wrong, defects are pointed out. Finally, Durita karma, not just Durita karma, the Sanchita karma, the result of past accumulated results of action, karma phalas, both dharma, adharma, both Durita and Punya, are in a way to give endless crores of future births. They cannot be nullified by any other means than destroying the ignorance which is the cause of karma. Avidyakam karma. Avidya purakatva sarvasya karmana. All karmas are products of avidya, ignorance of oneself. Unless the ignorance of oneself is destroyed, the karma phalas cannot end and transmigration cannot be stopped. In this context, one more doubt is brought forth, that the I notion, see, look, you are talking of this problem of karma, phalas, etc., because of identification of the body. Ahandi, ahankara, and which you claim as a product of avidya, ignorance. Because of ignorance, we know not our swarupa, true nature, and erroneously we identified with the embodiment, which gives rise to I notion, that is the ahankara, breeding, kartrutva, doership, and bhokrutva, the state of being experiencer. This person says, sir, this ahankara, this ahandi, I notion in the body is not because of avidya. It is secondary. Secondary in the sense, gauna, a figurative way of taking the body aside. In the world, we are familiar with such usages. See, there is a brilliant student. You say, that student is fire. Is what? He is as brilliant as fire. The gentleman is lion, because either he is brave as a lion or a cruel as a lion. Now, taking the boy student as a fire is a gauna prayoga. The person who calls and in the students know that he is not fire. But because of some similarity, he is called so. So in the case of other person. Like that, body is taken as I, secondarily gauna. Therefore, you don't bother about the avidya. Avidya has nothing to do with avidya. This is the other way of looking at it, which is wrong, because if it is gauna secondary, if it is gauna secondary, then what happens? The karma done by the person also is secondary. Secondary karmas will not give secondary karma will secondary karma. Secondary karma will be incapable of binding the person. It's not the case. So therefore, this doubt is raised and answered now.
देहादि संघाते अहम प्रत्ययः गौणः न मिथ्या इति चेत् न तत्कार्येषु अपि गौणत्वोपपत्तेः
देहादि संघाते अहम प्रत्ययः गौणः न मिथ्या इति चेत्, if you argue with someone who thinks so, what he thinks, Sanghate, assemblage of what Dehadi. In this assembly of physical body, pranas, mind, intellect, aham pratyaya, that I notion. So that is aham pratyaya gauna. Aham pratyaya giving rise to what? Kartrutva. I do notion. That also will be gauna if you say so. Anyway, aham pratyaya gauna, na mithya, not erroneous, not the mistaken one. Iti che, if the Purva Paksha argues so, that ahankara, I notion in the body is what? Secondary. It is a figurative one, alankarika, not mithya, not erroneous one. If this is the case, answer Siddhanti says, no, sir, you are not correct. You are wrong. Why? Because tat karyeshu api gaunatva upapattehe. If I notion in the body is secondary, its effect. What is that effect? Kartrutva, I do notion. Karma phalas, results of action. Bhoga, bhoktritva, status of being enjoyer or sufferer, experiencer. All also will be what? Gauna, secondary. Okay, what is wrong in that? Yes, they are secondary. If there is secondary, samsara is not there. Oh, listen. Tat karyeshu api gaunatva. That is, in their karya, effect also, what will happen? They happen to be gauna. As a result, papa punya are gauna secondary. Bhoga is secondary gauna. No bondage, secondary. Whether there is a problem now? There is no samsara problem, but you are screaming, ayo samsari. This is a sangraha vakya, a brief statement. Now, the Purva Paksha is explaining his stand now. What is that stand? That I notion in the body, etc., is secondary. This is explained by the Purva Paksha. Continue. Atmiye.
आत्मीये देहादि संघाते अयम प्रत्यय अहम प्रत्ययः गौणः यथा आत्मीये पुत्रे आत्मा वै पुत्र नामासि इति लोके च अपि मम प्राणः एव अयम गौः इति तद्वत्.
See, he says, he explains. The Purva Paksha explains his stand. Atmiye dehadi sangate am pratyaya gauna. He restates that Atmiye belonging to oneself. What are those? What is that? Sanghata. Assemblage. Assemblage of what? Deha adi. Deha, prana, mana, etc. Aham pratyaya. That notion of I-ness. That cognition, knowledge that this is I. Gaunaha. It is secondary nature. Like he gives illustration, yatha, just as Atmiye putre, the one's son. Son, in the case of the son as putre, Atma vai putra nama asi loke cha api loke. Your Shruti says, Atma vai putra nama, Taittiriya Samhita 2:11. This son is what? Myself. The son is myself. Father certainly knows son cannot be. But secondarily, is as useful as me, and he has got certain duties to uplift the father. He is me. So Atma vai putra namasi. So therefore, myself in the form of son. We see in the world also, the parents get so much identified with the children. Secondly, they know they are not them, but secondly they take it. So iti. So this is what Shruti. In the Shruti you said. In the world also, loke chapi. In the world also you find mama pranaha eva ayam gau. Ayam gau. This cow or the bull is my very life. Because his bread and butter depends on the bull or the cow. This cow or the bull is what? My very life. He knows I am not the cow. I am not the bull. But he is so identified. Secondly, he takes that I. It is tadva. Like that. We find in the word. Now see, this son is me. Cow or bull is my life. Not true. But secondly, so therefore, these are not erroneous notions. These are secondary notions. Likewise, he has to say that I am the body is a secondary notion, not an erroneous one. Continue.
न एव अयम मिथ्या प्रत्ययः.
This notion of taking the son as me, Atma, cow or the bull as my very life is what? Mithya pratyayana. Just as it is not an erroneous thing, so also ahandhihi. So that is the notion of I in the body also is what? Mithya pratyayana. Now, Purvapaksha explains, look, this is where mithya pratyaya, an erroneous notion, crops up. Where is it? He gives an example of sthanurayam purusha. An illustration which is famous in Vedanta, a stump of a tree in the darkness means in the insufficient light. He is mistaken as a thief because the person doesn't know that it is a stump of it. Wrongly projects as a thief. Mithya pratyaya. It is a wrong notion. But he says, I am the body, is not wrong notion. That is, let us say what is about the illustration. Continue.
मिथ्या प्रत्ययः तु स्थाणुपुरुषयोः अगृह्यमाण विशेषयोः.
See, where does mithya pratyaya crops in? Where does the wrong notion creeps in? Says, take the example of sthanu purushayoho. Locative dual between sthanu, a stump of a tree or a post, purusha, thief. Between these two, what is that? Mithya pratyaya is there. erroneous notion is there. Why? Agrahyamana Vishesha. Agrahyamana Visheshayoho Sthanapurushayoho. In the case of a stump of a tree or a post and the thief, wherein Vishesha, distinction between these two is Agriyamanam, is not known, is not cognized. The stump of a tree is not known as that stump of a tree, and we take mistake as the word thief. So, Agriyamana Vishayo means whose distinctions are not cognized. The case wherein distinction between post or a stump of a tree and the thief is not cognized, the post or a stump of a tree is mistaken as a thief. This is what Purvaksha has explained his stand. Answer now, Siddhanti says, no, sir, you are wrong. Continue.
न गौण प्रत्ययस्य मुख्य कार्यार्थता अधिकरण स्तुत्यर्थत्वात् लुप्तोपमा शब्देन
Is गौण प्रत्ययस्य न mukhya, for clarity, and pratyaya, continue, karyarthata. Look, it is not adhyara. It cannot be put that way. But for our clarity, you can suppose that there is a pratyaya is there in this. Gauna pratyayasya mukhya karyartha means mukhya pratyaya karyarthata na mukhya karya. See, a word, shabda, and its pratyaya meaning. Both word and its meaning, which are secondary in nature, cannot fulfill the thing that is possible by the main word and its meaning. That is, in the case where an entity is secondarily described as something else, we will explain afterwards. The student Batu as Agni, fire. This is not to say that student is fire. It is for the sake of some praise about the entity about whom something is said. It is called as Adhikarana. Adhikarana here means Ashraya Rupa Vishaya. The locus wherein some praise is used or censure also. It can be Ninda also. It not Stuti only. For both it is used. Here what is the Adhikarana? Locus. Student. About the student something has to be said, which is compared to fire. So therefore it says Adhikarana Sutyartatva. It is meant to praise, also essential. The adhikarana means the entity referred to. How? Luptopama shabdena. There is the upama, illustration, in the sense of like, even, like, inverted comma, like, or even. Lupta is silent, means this student is like the fire. When you say figuratively, Gaunataha, secondarily, the student is fire, it means the student is like the fire. This person is lion means this person is like the lion. Even, but in common parlance, that like, even upta, upama, illustration, lupta, is not shown there. It is understood. So therefore, when you say the student's fire, we don't mean student's fire, students like the fire. Just the fire brilliant, so is the student. That's how it is. So, Wilpashan. This is explained further. Continue.
यथा सिंहः देवदत्तः अग्निः माणवकः इति सिंहः इव अग्निः इव क्रौर्यपैङ्गल्य आदि सामान्यवत्वात् देवदत्त माणवकाधिकरणस्तुत्यर्थम् एव न तु सिंहकार्यम् अग्निकार्यं वा गौणशब्द प्रत्यय निमित्तं किंचित साध्यते.
Just as yatha Simha Devadatta. Yes, Gauna Prayog. Secondary, you say Devadatta is Simha. Mr. Devadatta is a lion. Agni Manavaka. Manaka means lad, boy, Batu, student. This student, this boy is what? Fire. Agni. Iti. In such cases, you have to understand this way how Siva Iva Devadatta Siva Iva. Mr. Devadatta is like a lion, not actually lion. Again, Agni Iva Manavakaha, the boy, the student, is like the fire. Iva, Agni Iva. Why? Some similarities. What are those? Kraurya Paingalyadi Samanya Vatva. Because of some similarity. What is that? Kraurya. Cruelty. This Devadatta is as cruel as a lion. Other way also, he is as brave as a lion. Depending on what you want to say. Or what's the fact. Kraurya. Paingalya. Pingala means reddish, yellowish. Yellowish, brown, or tawny. He is brilliant. Brilliance. Yeah, let us say brilliance. The students are like brilliant like the fire. Or it can be that color by the way. So yellowish, sometimes the glow on the face. It happens sometimes. In certain upasakas also. Upasakas, these do upasana Surya. I happen to come across a case, I was told at times. In an ashram, the great Mahatma was there. It's a Guru Purnima day. Function is over, prasada, bhojana. The dining hall was full. Of course, Mahatma's table is there. He, at the 11th hour opted, I will sit for second round. And he went and sat in the library. A few, about 30, 40 people could not get the seat in the dining hall. They followed him aside. Among them, there was a boy of about 25, 27 years age, fair complexion, and there was some glow on his face. So Mahatma was some satsang was going on. He started. My guru told me, never believe what meets the eye. Means don't rely on this word. This word is cheating. You know, Marathi say no. Dista tasa nasta म्हणून जग फसतं. My guru told me, don't believe what the eyes report. Satsang went on. Then the Mahatma's attention went to this boy. Naturally, where are you from? This boy said, I am from Surya. S-U-M. This Mahatma is a very witty Mahatma. We are from that, from whom sannyas come. You are from sun, no? We are from that, from whom sannyas come. Brahman. So like that. Anyway, but there was some glow on the face of the boy. That is what is it? Agniroy Manaka. That boy is so brilliant. It looks brilliant like the fire. That Eva is there, not that is fire. Devadatta Kraurya Paingalyadi Samanyavatva. Because of this Samanyavatva, similarity between the lion and the Devadatta, the brilliance of the fire and the student. So therefore, what is the purpose of such thing? Devadatta Manavakadhikarina Stutyartham Eva. It is Stutyartham Eva. It is for the sake of stuti. Praise, Ninda also, censure. Adhikarana, Ashraya, about whom it refers to, for the Devadatta Manavaka. Either Mr. Devadatta, the example of the Shiva, Manavaka in the case of a boy, in the case of fire. Whereas it is not meant for this person. Natu Shiva Karyam, Agni Karyam va, Gauna Shabda Pratyay Nimittam Kinchit Sadhyate. It is not to show that by saying Devadatta does what Shiva lion can do, and student can be what fire is. No, it is not that. For some praise it is that. So therefore, not for this too, whereas, but it is not for this. What is that? No Shiva Karyam. Not what is done by the Shiva, Devadatta does. No. No Agni Karyam. Fire can burn, not that the student can burn. Gauna Shabda Pratyay Nimittam. That is the Shabda word and Pratyay its meaning Gauna, secondary, in the Dehadi Sanghata, in the body, etc. Kinchit Sadhyate can be accomplished. No. Means just as in the case of illustrations of Devadatta as the lion, like the lion, student as the fire, Devadatta cannot do the lion's karma, nor student can burn, etc. Also, if I notion in the body, etc., were secondary, that I notion cannot do the job of body, etc. Secondary, it meant for some praise or some sensation. Means it is not a Gauna Pratyaya. So that is Gauna Shabda Pratyaya Nimittam, on account of secondary word and its secondary meaning. Devadatta and Agni, and the student cannot do the functions of lion or the fire. Nimittam na kinchit sadhyate. Nothing is accomplished. Accepted. But now they take the notion of I am in the body. You are screaming. You are samsara. If you were secondary, you would have laughed. But you are actually experiencing the result of the taking the body as I. The effects of body are taken to be true by you as oneself, as belonging to oneself. That contrast now, that because I notion in the body is false or erroneous, we are suffering. If it is secondary, as in the case of lion or fire, the adhikarana, the entity to whom it is referred to, will have nothing to do with what lion or fire can do. Continue.
मिथ्या प्रत्यय कार्यम तु अनर्थम अनुभवति इति.
Mithya pratyaya karyam tu. In contrast to who? Just two illustrations, Shiva and Agni, or Devadatta or Manavaka. The karya, the effect of mithya pratyaya. What is the mithya pratyaya? The erroneous notion that the body is I. What is it? Namely, anartham. Now that means sorrows, not sought after. Narthate, not sought after. Sorrow is samsara. Here, in this case, anartham, you have to make a dhyana there. Atma, Atma anubhavati. Atma, the individual, jiva is what? Anubhavati, experiences, he suffers samsara. If it is a Gauna Prayoga, he should not suffer the samsara. In the case of Devadatta and Manava. But here, because of erroneous I notion in the body. All that happens in the body, etc., is what is suffered by the individual who has got his wrong notion. Iti. Therefore, you have to now therefore say, therefore, Gaunatva is not correct. You have to conclude that. That is, I am the body, etc., is not a secondary usage. It is erroneous concept. Further, distinction between secondary usage and erroneous concept is being drawn. Continue.
गौण प्रत्यय विषयं च जानाति न एषः सिंहः देवदत्तः न अयम् अग्निः माणवकः इति
Gauna pratyay vishayam cha. You can add there adhyara. Lokaha janati. Lokaha. Lokaha means what here? People. People know this. What is it? Gauna pratyaya vishayam. That is the nature of the entity or the subject about which something is told secondarily. About Devadatta, secondarily, as far as the line is concerned. As for students, secondarily, about the fire is. So people know this distinction. What is that? Gauna pratyay vishayam. The actual nature of the entity who is compared to something as secondarily. Loka janate. What is how? Eshaha Simha na Devadatta. Look, this Devadatta is not a lion, he's a man. People know it, and he himself also knows. Don't think that Devadatta, they call me a lion and I am a lion. No. Both Devadatta and people know that he is not a lion. Nayamagnihi Manavaka. This person is a boy, student, and not fire. No, by that student and by people. Again, further distinction. Whatever that is done by the main entity, like lion or the fire, is not done by the secondary entity. The Devadatta, the lion eats animals. The Devadatta, he may be non-vegetarian, but not it. Fire burns, but not the student. It also is there. Continue.
तथा गौणेन देहादि संघातेन आत्मना कृतं कर्म न मुख्येन अहं प्रत्यय विषयेण आत्मना कृतं स्यात्.
See, take Anvaya. Dehadi Sangatena. Take Tatha. Other defect. Tatha. Dehadi Sangatena Gaunena Atmana. Dehadi Sangatena Gaunena Atmana. Kritam Karma. Mukhyena Aham Pratyay Vishayena Atmana Na Kritam Syat. Mukhyena aham pratyay vishayena atmana na kritam sya. See, if it were a secondary, this should not happen. What is it? Whatever done by Atma, which Atma? Dehadi Sangha. Dehadi Sangha tena gaunena Atmana kritam. Kritam, whatever that is done by the secondary Atma, wherein body, etc., is taken as I. Mukhyena aham pratyay vishayena atmana na kritam sya. Cannot be something done by Mukhya Atma, I Atma. As in the case of these illustrations. This is with respect to the Mithya Pratyain Dehadi Sangata and not Gauna Pratyaya. If it were Gauna, if I notion in the body were secondary, whatever done by body, etc., cannot be mistaken, cannot be taken as done by what? Main Atma. This is explained with the help of illustration of the Shiva and Agni. Continue.
न हि गौण सिंहाग्निभ्याम कृतम कर्म मुख्य सिंहाग्नि मुख्य सिंहाग्निभ्याम कृतम स्यात्.
See, now say, Gauna Simhagmibhyam Kritam Karma. Mukhya Samhagmibhyam Nahi Kritam Syat. Just as whatever done by secondary, who are they? Gauna Simha. Second line is who? Mr. Devadatta. Gauna Agni. Secondary fire is what? Batu. Manvaka. Student. Kritam Karma. Whatever done by them, the secondary, these entities, Mukhyena, no, Mukhya Simhagnibhyam na krita nahi kritam sya. It cannot be something done by main, lion, and fire. They are distinct. Those both know. People know. This further explained. Continue.
न च क्रौर्येण पैंगल्येन वा मुख्य सिंहाग्न्योः कार्यं किंचित् क्रियते स्तुत्यर्थत्वेन उपक्षीणत्वात्.
Mukhya Simhagnyoho Kraurena Paingallena va Kinchit Karyam Nacha Nacha Kriyate Stutyarthatvena Upakshinatva. Mukhya Simhagnyoho Karena. What are the function of the features of main, lion, and Agni fire? Namely, what are they? Kraurena Paingallena va. either by cruelty of the lion or paingalya, the brilliance of the fire. Or kinchit karyam means something connected to the main ones, like lion eating the animals, fire burning everything. These things, he says, kinchit karyam nacha kriyate. By the secondary, Devadatta or the student, they don't do that. They are not done by them. This decision is there in the secondary stage. Then why it is said? He is lion, he is fire. This is the purpose. What is it? Stutyarthatvena upakshinatva. Because that you say is what? Upakshina gets consumed, utilized, disappeared by what? Stutyarthatvena. Stutyarthatvena means for the purpose of praise or censure. By the very purpose of praise or censure, that what? That statement is a fire, like the fire, like the lion gets utilized or it gets consumed. Not only that, when so praised or censured, whether Devadatta or Manavaka, they know they are not fire or they are not any lions. Continue.
स्तूयमानौ च जानीतः न अहं सिंहः न अहं अग्निः इति न सिंहस्य कर्म मम अग्नेः च इति.
This also is true. What is it? Stuyamanau. When Mr. Devadatta or that student are being praised or censured, let us say, but here praise is the illustration. So, Janita, both of them know. What is that? Aham Simhana. I am not a lion. Aham Agnihina. Student note, I am not a fire. Iti. Again, Simhasya Agneshya Karma Mama Na Iti. Whatever the function or done by lion or the fire do not belong to me. They know. Is it not? Such distinctions are very clear in the case of secondary usage. It is not in the case of mithya pratyaya, erroneous notion. But this doesn't happen in the case of the notion that the body, etc., is I. Therein, they are mistaken or done by I. So the contrast is now shown. Continue.
तथा न संघातस्य कर्म मम मुख्यस्य आत्मनः इति प्रत्ययः युक्ततरः स्यात् न पुनः अहं कर्ता मम कर्म इति.
If I notion in the body where secondary, this what we experience universally should not happen. What is it? Devadatta knows I am not the lion. I don't do what the lion does. Student knows I am not the fire. I don't do what the fire is. But in the case of I know in the body, what happens? Whatever that is done by the body, etc., is mistaken by the Atma as I have done it. Whatever that happens at the level of the entity that is mistaken is taken to be done by the Adhikarana. About whom it is said. Means distinction between them is not known. In Gauna Prayoga, it is known. Tatha. Similarly, this should have happened, which doesn't happen. This should have taken place, but it is not so. Therefore, it cannot be Gauna. Tatha. Similarly, Sanghatasya karma mama mukhyasya atmanaha na iti. The karma actions done by the assembly, deha mana buddhi, etc. Mama na. What is that? They do not belong to me, the Mukhya Atma. They don't belong to me, Chaitanya Atma. They belong to what? They only. You should have known it. Iti. Mukhyasya Atmana na iti pratyaya. Such understanding, such knowledge, yuktataramsya, should have been better or should have been there, which is not so. If I know in the body where secondary, there should have been this understanding or knowledge. Whatever done by the body, etc., are not done by me. But here it is mistaken. Again, punaha, further. Aham karta mama karma iti yuktataraha asya. That is not na. Na aham karta, na aham karma, mama karma. I am not doer. These karmas are not mine. Would have been a better version. Would have been more appropriate if it were Gauna. Is not found. I am the doer. These karmas belong to me because of erroneous concept and not secondary, you say. So that is na punaha aham karta mama karma iti pratyayaha yuktam. Pratyaya yuktam you add there. Means such understanding or cognition that I am not the doer. This karma do not be, would have been the proper one. It should have been there. If it is Gavana Prayoga. No. They are taken as me, done by me, means distinction is not known. It is mithya pratyaya. I notion the body, etc., is erroneous because of ignorance and not secondary or figurative, you say. So this is to answer the notion that this I notion in the body, etc., is mithya, erroneous on account of ignorance and not secondary usage or what is called a figurative usage like Devadatta is father, what lion, student is fire, etc. Now, other doubt is real. Who mistakes something or whose concept of Atma is Atma has got memory, etc., is intrinsic feature. We'll see in detail another Purvapaksha. This person accepts the notion of I in the body is mithya. But by this mithya aham, when the actual karmas are done, who exactly does is memory, smriti, desire, ichha, which belong to Atma. Therefore, Atma is being. This is a wrong notion. We'll see that.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण मही महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ